As video games become more ubiquitous with the rest of the media, they inevitably are starting to adopt the pageantry that the rest of the media partakes in. So that's right, it's the Game Awards! Here's all our predictions for the most important and the most elusive categories.
Starting at the top with Game of the Year, this is the one that matters most. The candidates are Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Celeste, God of War, Marvel's Spider-Man, Monster Hunter World, and Red Dead Redemption 2. Now, immediately, I think that this is a really strong list, and this has been a pretty good year for gaming.
It's been a great year for gaming.
As for who we're pretty sure won't make the cut, I think it's going to be Monster Hunter World and Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
We haven't played either of these games, admittedly, and they both were pretty commercially successful, but I know that Monster Hunter wasn't as popular as some others on this list. That leaves Celeste, which we don't know if it has the ability to win on its own merits considering the style and type of game it is. Spider-Man, God of War, and Red Dead. Right off the bat, I don't know if Spider-Man was as good as a game as God of War. God of War really had it all. It had the good enemies, it had the challenging gameplay, it had the amazing and beautiful game world, and, that story wasn't bad either. As far as Spider-Man's story goes, it was okay. And the enemies, I've not made this opinion very clear yet, but we're going to be doing a Spider-Man review soon. And I thought the enemies were the most disappointing part of that game. You get like a bunch of thugs that you can beat up around the city, and that's kind of the only enemies in the game besides the bosses, and those bosses, they're few and far between. It also felt a bit lacking compared to God of War or Red Dead 2 in terms of content. And Red Dead 2, that's the elephant in the room, isn't it?
The giant at the table. We have to give this one to Red Dead. As perfect as God of War was, it didn't create the tsunami of interest that Red Dead 2 did, and it didn't have quite as open as a world. Red Dead Redemption 2 will take Game of the Year and probably Game of the Decade.
The next big category is Best Ongoing Game. And the nominees are Destiny 2, Fortnite, No Man's Sky, Overwatch, and Rainbow Six Siege. Now there are also a couple of major contenders on this list. No Man's Sky in particular has made huge strides to make up for the bomb it had on release. The developers have dug in their heels and delivered something worth putting hours into. To be honest with you guys, I don't think it's been enough, not for them to win in this category. Siege is also pretty big and is making strides to get bigger, but it's not as big as Overwatch. Overwatch, the flagship of Blizzard right now, is an amazing game. It's shown signs of slowing, however, in this past year, and there's only one game that has shown no signs of slowing through the entire year of 2018, and that game is Fortnite. Fortnite Battle Royale even got me playing this year, and I can't regret it. It's the best Battle Royale on the market, and on top of that, the game constantly gets content updates, it's constantly changing, there's constantly new fresh game modes, and there's constantly people interested in playing. All your friends probably already play it. It's so easy to find a match. There is no other game on this list that gets as polished of content on a weekly basis. Fortnite has won 2018, and it deserves Best Ongoing Game as well as Best Multiplayer. It's that good.
The next category is Best Game Direction. The nominees are A Way Out, Detroit Become Human, Marvel's Spider-Man, and Red Dead Redemption 2. We think this should go either to A Way Out, which was a unique co-op game that made a splash this year, or Detroit Become Human. The amount of player choice in Detroit is uncanny, and though it's a different style of game, it delivered strong on its premise.
A Way Out gave us a co-op experience when co-op is largely ignored in the modern gaming world and deserves some acknowledgement for that. We also accept though that Red Dead might just take this one. In fact, Red Dead 2 could honestly sweep the entire Game Awards. So in our opinion, those are the big major awards that are going to be given out this year. If you liked our picks, why don't you go ahead and subscribe to the channel and hit the bell button for notifications. We post gaming news videos almost every day of the week, as well as gameplay walkthroughs. Moving on, we've got a few callouts for some other categories. We think the best art direction category should go to God of War. Octopath Traveler is also up for this category and was a serious contender if you ask me. It's a very different looking game at the very least. Red Dead Redemption's world is crazy beautiful, and it's insane they managed it with something open world. Ever since the moment I saw footage of God of War though, my mind was blown. They delivered on it too, and that game has movie-level art direction. It's unparalleled, and there were countless moments of pure visual magic. For best score, we back Marvel's Spider-Man. Nothing beats the sounds of swinging through New York as Spidey. They did an amazing job with the music, and the way it adjusts to match your movements in the game and speed is just perfect. This was perhaps the strongest aspect of the game, besides the swing mechanic, and it's extremely integral to that experience as well. Lastly, we think the best independent game has to go to Celeste. We think Celeste would have a legitimate shot at number 1, but this year had some incredible game debuts, and they were modern games. Not to rag on Celeste, but Celeste is not very modern in its approach. It's kind of it's like that Metroidvania style game. It's nice for indie developers and it can accomplish a lot, but it's not on par with modern titles like God of War or Spider-Man or Red Dead Redemption 2. Not even close. What games do you think should win? Are there any other categories you're keeping an eye on? What do you think of our picks? Let us know in a comment below. Like I said, go ahead and subscribe, hit the bell so you always get notified of our new videos. Have a nice day, guys. Come with me on a journey through space and time.